Round 9 of the 2022 Supercars Championship heads to Sandown in Melbourne, and joining me is Doric Ambassador and driver for Shell V-Power Racing, Will Davison. Hello, Willie.
Howdy, Tom.
Mate, the Bend qualified no better than 6th, but some strong results, 2nd and 4th in the rain on Sunday. How was that weekend for you?
Definitely not. Not the tidiest of weekends, I suppose. Quite messy, but we sort of were able to still dig deep and salvage, some positives out of each day. But certainly a round we were, really quite excited about. But it provided some challenges for us unexpectedly. I mean, 2-day format. I go back to that, same old saying that if you don't roll out well on a 2-day meeting, you're really on the back foot. And, it was a circuit everyone had tested at again, just like Winton. A lot of the rookies had tested the week before. And when I say rookies, that's also Triple Eight with their driver and Tickford and, Erebus. So a lot of people seem to, have a bit of a head start and just put us on the back foot a little bit. We weren't quite where we expect to be with the car, and just it created a few challenges for us. I made just too many mistakes at crucial moments, and with the 3-part qualifying, we were really digging our way out of a couple of holes. And but we still managed, a couple of really quite strong results, particularly Saturday with the second and really quite a fast race car.
Talk me through the race in the rain on Sunday. So what's the biggest challenge in a race like that?
Yeah, that was insane. It was actually a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the race, and just the vision at the start was next to nothing. The spray was pretty extreme, and the fogging inside the car as well was quite bad. So you've got little pockets of the windscreen you can just see out of, and just varying grip conditions as well, which were changing lap to lap. There's a lot of standing water on the surface at Tail and Bend. It's quite a very smooth, particular kind of bitumen they use. And, it's nearly like a river. It's like a glass river where there's a lot of water. And, when you hit particular patches of standing water, the grip was like an ice skating rink, absolutely nothing. But once a bit of that standing water would dissipate, the grip was quite good and quite high, if you like, for wet weather conditions. But that meant lap to lap it was changing, so you'd find a bit of a rhythm once the rain had eased and the grip would get higher. There'd be a bit of a racing line, but then all of a sudden, if you got out of that groove or a bit of rain came down heavier during the race, rivers would appear lap on lap that weren't there the lap before, and would just all of a sudden catch you out under brakes where you lock a wheel and you just go flying off the track at crazy speed. So it was really, really challenging.
So Sandown this weekend, it's a historic circuit, one that's close to your family as well. What's the key to a quick lap around there?
Yeah, Sandown's a unique circuit. On paper, it's kind of 2 drag strips, if you like. So you do need, obviously, really strong straight line speed. But it's not as simple as that. You need a car that brakes very well and has, a very good entry balance when you're on the brake, because there's some big curbs through turn 1 and through the turn 2-3 chicane, down at Dandenong Road. Everywhere where you hit the curbs, you need to hit them at the right trajectory, if you like. So, it's all good and well just smashing the curbs, but, car setup has a big part of the way your car sits on the curbs, the way it lands off the curbs, which is then dictates your balance and your momentum as you get on the throttle. So although there's not that many corners, they're all very tricky to get right, particularly when you're trying to set the car up for a straight line. You can often lose sight of, the balance requirements, which is very important. So not easy, but if you do get the car in the sweet spot, it's one of the circuits that does reward you quite heavily, because once your car's good there, the times do come quite easy to you. But if you're off the pace, it's sort of one of the tracks where trying to find a few tenths, if you don't have it in the car, is very, very difficult if the pace just isn't in the car.
So Sandown last year was very early in the season, while this year it's quite late. So it's been quite a different time for you in terms of driving early to now in the season. What have you learned from that event last year that is going to make maybe better performance than you had this time last year at that track?
Oh, I mean, so much. Just been obviously preparing ourselves in the last week and going through, everything we did there all that time ago now. I think it was only our second event together for memory as a team. So certainly a lot has gone down since then. Obviously, it's funny reading back through your notes from that time, and now I understand what the notes mean so much better. Whereas, some of my feedback from them was all, the car was very unknown to me. So now I read what I struggled with, and we understand in the last year and a bit since then what we sort of do to maybe help us with those balance issues or whatnot. So a lot's changed. The car's quite different. I think we've got a better understanding of what we need there. But having said that, we know it is territory for T8 cars in particular. It really does play to their strengths, absolutely. But we're certainly constantly pushing our package. We'd like to think we understand what we need to try and maximise what we've got anyway, and that's all we can do. And looking forward to it. I mean, we still had some positives there start of last year, although we didn't hold any trophies up. We were still in the hunt for the top 5 on the Saturday. I had a bit of an incident getting pushed through the grass with a few laps to go, but we're on for a top 5 in the dry, even with the struggles we had. And I qualified 3rd in the wet on the Sunday. Had a bit of a spin and then fought back to 4th or 5th on the Sunday. So, there were still some positives, and we certainly know we're sort of better prepared than we were last time. That's for sure.
Yeah, finally. So Sandown is a 3-day format compared to the 2-day format. So is that a preference, and what advantages does that give you?
It doesn't give us any advantages. It's just, I think I prefer the 3-day format. I think the 2-day formats have been really, really taxing on the crews in particular. They're great if you roll out quick. You do have a big advantage on that Saturday, but it's non-traditional. Same for everyone. It's sort of, I think, maybe have a couple of them in a year's all right, but you get a bit over those stressful Saturdays. There's just no time to analyse, work through issues, go through data. It's just go. So back to 3 days. We have practice Friday. We actually have a co-driver session on Friday as well. So we'll get the co-drivers in the car, get Alex in the car, which will be cool. And then we have another practice session Saturday morning. So, we can analyse Friday stuff Friday night, which I enjoy. And just a bit more time to fine tune the package, but that's the same for everyone. So I just enjoy that a little bit more, just being a bit more thorough in your preparation instead of just you got what you got and just hang on and get on with it.
Awesome. Thank you, Willie. All the best for Sandown, and we'll see you down there.
Beauty. Thanks, Tommy.
Thanks, Billy.